Wonderful, wonderful movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I didn't read the book, but
You should read the book. You love to
Eventually.
read books, and it's an easy book to read.
I'll have to do that.
You'll have to do that. It was one of my favorites. I think I've read it twice, so, and maybe I'll read it again. I think heaven is even a more glorious place for us now that we have Craig to look forward to see when he greets us. It's been really, really hard. And we're continuing to do our live show this season in memory of Craig, and it's very difficult to be in here without him, but we know he'd want us to continue to go on. And I know that I have to have even a closer walk with God, because, you know, God's going to look at our heart. And Craig was the most wonderful husband and fantastic father I've ever known. We're so honored to have been his family and doing life with him. And
I know that song that Darren Shaw sang, Thank You. That's how Dad was greeted in heaven.
I know.
Because he always had somebody.
Everywhere he went, he touched people with God's love. And I need to be that way more. I know you're really great at that, and I'm not the most perfect.
Nobody is.
No, but I need to work even harder and be more like him. So we're going to talk. We've got like 5 minutes here before we go to the clip. This clip that we're going to show you is 5 years ago, 5 years and 2 days ago, when he did this out of our home, when we had a home, long time ago. But Jamie has written a book, Beyond the Field. This is her second book that she wrote, and it was Craig's favorite, so she went back and dedicated it to her father. And now she's got to finish editing. Craig edited all 3 of her books, and now she's just got to make the edits on the paper and get the 3rd book submitted.
Yep.
But this one is now available at Amazon and
CreateSpace.
CreateSpace.com.
And you can find them both on that, or you can find this on both of those websites. I'll give you a brief description about the book. It's called Beyond the Field. Haunted by the demons of his past, firefighter Eli Watt tries running from his demons by focusing all of his attention on saving the lives of the people of Austin, Texas. However, no matter what he does to escape his nightmares, he learns that he can't do it on his own. Rookie quarterback Jason Green is fulfilling all his dreams by playing in the NFL for the Houston Texans. Completely ready to take his team all the way, Jason is taken off guard when both love and tragedy blindside him in the midst of the football season. Ruth Lowe is an up-and-coming author who moves from her small town of Agate, Colorado, to live in Austin, Texas, hoping to make her new career skyrocket. With the support of her agent, Jane Green, and her longtime best friend, Julia Richardson, everything is looking up for Ruth. But all good things come at a price, and pain often follows the beauty of love. Of the 3 books I've written in the past 3 years, Dad enjoyed this one the most, and so I dedicated it to him. It just seemed fitting that his favorite would be dedicated to him. So I wrote at the beginning of the book, in loving memory of Craig Gandy, my inspiration, my father, I am forever blessed to have you as my father, and I will always do my best to continue to make you proud, Papa. I can't wait to be welcomed to heaven's gates with a big hug from you.
I like the way that you said that, you know, that we're going to continue to make him proud because he's watching over us and he wants us to touch people.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. And you know, you're a fantastic writer. You really are. I love the way you develop your characters, and I'm not saying that just because you're my daughter, because I would, you know, read your books because you're my daughter. But I love the way that you develop the characters and how you have used your own life story, your own experiences and even reading about other people's experiences. And as you go through life, you're always looking at, how am I going to use this in my next book? So every November, there's a competition.
National Novel Writing Month, where it challenges writers to write a novel, a 50,000-word novel
In
a
1 month.
Not
And
always
so
easy.
She has done that for 3 months in a row. The last one was
3
the
years in a
hardest.
row.
I'm 3 years in a row. Well, 3 months.
that would, yeah.
And so she dedicates November to writing,
Yep.
and it pushes you. But I know the last time when you wrote
It was like midnight, but
Salvation Crossing, yeah, you wouldn't even go with me to Chewy's Parade to film because you had to write
I
so
had to
many
get it
words
done.
by midnight, and you really pushed yourself to do it. And
Yeah, it
so
was
you've got to constantly be creative, and
Yeah.
it's a great challenge. It really is.
It's definitely improved me as a writer, and it's not always easy, but I always feel that God leads me each time I write the novel. So, I mean, even if it's a writer's block kind of day, I mean, I always feel that God's inspired me to write.
Oh, in your first book, I remember being in chapter 12, and I could not move from where I was. I won't say where I was, but it's like I was crying and just mesmerized by how you had this scene going, and I'll never forget chapter 12.
Yeah, that's what Jeff said when Dad was editing this. He's like, there was a chapter that Dad was just bawling his eyes out.
It was probably about a dog. He loves his dogs.
He did write of my 3 books, this is the only book he had the time to write a review for. And it says, Jamie Gandy's newest book, Beyond the Field, is truly fabulous. This talented young lady develops characters and weaves them through a high-energy masterpiece. Christian romance fiction that will touch your heart, coupled with action-adventure that will thrill you, all delivered with a faith-based wisdom that will truly astound you. Such style, grace, and wisdom are shared throughout the pages of this novel, and her words will bless you with the desire to become all that God has called you to be. This book is a great read. And of course, that's coming from a dad. So, I mean, of course he's going to say all that
Yeah,
about.
but your dad was so proud of you.
Yeah, it was.
You truly were trained by your dad in school, in life, and how to be. So we
Oh,
have.
yeah. And a little shout out to my best friend who did the cover, Chelsea
That's
Lowe.
beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. So the rest of the program is a video that I made today of some of the recent clips of Craig and I. I loved doing the program with him. I'd come in JCI First Coast and I'd tell him what's going on in Austin. And the song is called Fear Not, My Child, and it's by Angel Isaacs. And thank you, Angel, for letting me use this. God bless you, and we'll see you not next week, but the next week, the first Thursday of August.